Okay, I want to say officially welcome to tonight's session, and we are going to be talking about various roles you can uh, join, apply for, or do exist in business analysis. So we have so many of them. It's not only business analysts, but as a business analyst, so many roles in business analysis, you can venture into so many of them. For some of them, you might need some extra layer of knowledge to fit in very well. Okay, let's get started, and I'll start presenting. Okay, like I said, we're talking about key career roles in business analysis. So business analysis is, when you say business analysis, is broad. In field of business analysis, various roles exist to ensure effective analysis, communication, and implementation of solutions to meet organizational need. And these roles often collaborate and complement each other in the pursuit of successful business outcomes. So there are so many of them. Business analysis is broad. And although the most prominent in business analysis is business analyst. So what does this business analyst do? If you call yourself a business analyst, what do you do? The entry level is called business analyst, or at times we call it junior business, but in most cases you just call it business analyst. And then if you are growing, senior business analyst. As a business analyst, you have the responsibilities to elicit, analyze, and document business requirements. That is the key of a business analyst: elicitation and analysis and documentation. So what is elicitation? Elicitation is data collection. Elicitation is requirement gathering. As a business analyst, you should be able to gather requirements, document, and analyze requirements very well. You need to facilitate communication between stakeholders with different perspectives. There are so many stakeholders you need to work with. As a matter of fact, a business analyst is a customer-facing role. You don't work at the back end like developers. Some developers, they might not talk to any stakeholder for a long time. But as a business analyst, you talk like parrots. You interface with stakeholders all the time. Different stakeholders. They have different types of stakeholders. We've done stakeholder analysis, stakeholder management, so we should know different types of stakeholders involved. We have external, we have internal stakeholders, we have high influence stakeholders, we have low influence stakeholders, we have high interest stakeholders, we have low interest, different types of stakeholders. You should be able to carry out a good stakeholder analysis to know the kind of the stakeholder you are talking to, and they know the language you use and the communication method you use. So you develop and maintain business processes, models. business processes. An organization is most of the things we do is processes. Process of doing this, process of doing that, process of, for instance, in bank, we have different loans, credit applications. If we are insurance, we have, so all these are processes. To facilitate a loan, to apply for a loan is a process. Just like in healthcare, doctors, the way they having a session with a patient is a process. Booking an appointment to see a doctor is a process. So as a business analyst, you must know how to develop and maintain business processes. Why you do that is that because we keep on refining processes to make it more optimized, removing a lot of waste within the processes to reduce the time or save time and save cost. You should be able to conduct feasibility studies and impact assessment. Feasibility studies is to understand a system or a situation, understand the viability of projects. No, these are main things you do: feasibility studies and impact assessment. Any decision that needs to be taken, the feasibility study should be carried out before that. Any project, a feasibility study should be carried out before that. So, and impact assessment. Ensure that solutions meet business need and requirement. Is your duty to carry out what we call solutions evaluations. Solutions evaluations and cost benefit analysis to make sure that the solution meets business need and the requirement, and act as a liaison between business stakeholders and technical team. So you are sitting between these two people called business stakeholders and the technical team, which is the developer. You capture business requirements, that we call it business requirements. That is language the stakeholders will understand. They talk in business. Then you translate business requirements into technical requirements. Technical requirement is the language the developers will understand. And when you capture, developers finish their own work, you transform their technical deliverables into business deliverables. So that is how you liaison between these two teams. That is your job as a business analyst. When you develop these responsibilities, it takes even more than 5 months to keep developing them. So they're just high level, and this is what we're going to be dealing with, trying to understand all these responsibilities. We're going to be understanding all the documentation that will be created within these responsibilities. We're going to be understanding the tools to use to create it and the kind of behavior we need to wear when we call ourselves business analysts. So that's you as a business analyst. There are jobs for business analysts everywhere, more especially in Western world. Okay, we have another one called senior business analyst. The senior business analyst, when you have worked as a business analyst for like around 4 years and above, you should be transiting into senior business analyst. So by that time, you should be mentoring a lot of business analysts. You should be guiding them, leading them, and yeah, it's just a business analyst, a promotion as a business analyst. And the responsibilities is lead and mentor a team of business analysts. Provide, like as you are now here as a senior business analyst, just like what I'm doing, leading and mentoring a team of business analysts. As I'm mentoring, then I'm a senior business analyst. And when you are rising to that with a lot of experience, so that's when you become senior business analyst, you leverage your experience to mentor them. That's why you call you senior business analyst. If you are working in an organization, so many organizations have so many senior business analysts. They review documentations. Whenever you finish doing your job, you should be able to submit to the senior business analyst to review before approving, and then it becomes a document or it becomes a solution or becomes a requirement or a backlog. So that's what senior business analysts then do. Provide strategic guidance on complex projects. When so projects become complex and business analysts are struggling, they start looking for you to leverage your experience. Define and implement best practices in business analysis. Interface with senior management to align business analysis activities with organizational goals. And oversee development, maintenance of business analysis document. You see, you are more like a senior manager within this industry. Then we have product owner. Product owner is a form of a senior business analyst in agile environment. You know, conventionally in waterfall, we call it business analyst. Even in agile, we still call it business analyst. But one thing is that agile environments, they have a way of personalizing their roles, using different names in most of the things they do. They like personalization. They are more like Apple. If you see Apple, they don't like sharing ideas. They don't like sharing even their features. Everything about Apple is a bit unique. So that is the way agile, in a way, you look at agile. Everything they do is unique. They still project management. It's still but they have a unique way. So that's how the name product owner comes in. That's what is product owner. You still doing the same job a business analyst is doing. No, I don't see anything different between what product owner does and what business analysts do. It's not different. So these are responsibilities of a product owner. Represent business and end users in the development process, prioritize and manage product backlog, define and communicate product version and goals, make decisions on features and functionalities based on business value, and collaborate with development team to ensure deliverable meets business requirements. So if you're looking at product owner, you see that product owner is narrow. Yeah, we respect them, they are big boys, but their responsibilities are narrow. They are more narrow than business analyst. Business analyst responsibility is more versatile than that of a product owner, because a product owner is specializing in a software, a particular software. So it means you own that software. You own any modification in that software. Owning means that is your responsibility, both responsibility and accountability to whatever happened to that product, the way the company uses that product, whatever feature is your responsibility. You decide what happens. Before anything can happen, they must come through you. So that is product owner. But in business analysis, you can say business analyst is diverse, because a business analyst is a problem solver. You are not interested, you are not kind of customized to a particular product. You are very versatile, different products, different challenges, even some challenges that do not involve, because when we talk about products, Product here is softwares. Talk about softwares, talk about solution. You can use any name. You can call it product, you can call it software, you can call it solution. So but a business analyst, you find out that like what we did before we come back, a business analyst can solve the problem without even a software, which is like the digital enterprise software or any kind of software. You can solve a problem. You can just conduct a training, just simple training to upscale group of staff is a solution for you as a business analyst. You have used that to solve big organizational problem. But as a product owner, it's about how best to use a product, how organization should get the best out of a product, out of a software they are using or software they've developed, maximizing the opportunity from that software. So that is what we do as a product owner. So then there's certification in product ownership. Agile product have a certification. You want to become not that you can do it, but so many cases they want a certified person. But when I started doing product owner, I wasn't even certified, but now I'm a certified product owner now for a long time now, and it's not difficult to get certified, you know. So that's one other thing I want to talk about, product ownership. But when we get to agile, we still need to revisit project methodology, more especially agile. When we get there, we'll talk about it again. We've spoken about it during project management if you want to pursue a career there. But even if you don't want, just know about product owner is one of the key roles in business analysis. Then we have project manager. Project manager plays a very big role in business analysis, and you see most of the time I tie them together. When in all my bootcamp, you cannot see me, you really hardly see me teaching project management alone or teaching business analysis alone, because in project management, you find out that business analysts, project management as a domain, business analyst plays an important role there. And in business analysis as a domain, project manager equally plays important role there. So that's why we capture project manager as a career role in business analysis. And that's why I'm telling so many people that for you to be a business analyst, a good business analyst, you need to be a good project manager as well. So what are the responsibilities of a project manager in the context of business analysis? Plan. You need to plan, and you need to execute, and you need to close project within defined scope, budget, and timeline. And that's how it works. Most of the time during the initiate stage, you find out that the business analyst will be working so hard to, get the project initiated by working to draft a business case and get approval. Once the project is initiated and a project charter is drafted, then the project manager starts planning and they start execution. These are key responsibilities of and while planning and executing, you plan and execute, and if you are successful in your project, you close it. And this should be within the scope, budget, and timeline of that project. You equally coordinate activities among various project stakeholder. And that's why you see so many like roles like project coordinator, in where we have big activities where project manager is a bit overwhelmed, while the project manager is planning and executing. A project coordinator can come in, assisting project manager in coordinating activities among various. This is where project coordinator will come in, you assist in coordination. And as you're assisting in coordination, you're equally planning, learning to plan, learning to execute, and very soon you become a project manager. So we have manage project risk. Is your duty to manage project risk and issues, ensure that project deliverable align with business objectives, and you have to collaborate with business analysts all the time to define project requirements. And that is how you plays important role in business analysis. Then we have another role called data analyst. Data analyst, yes, data to be analyzed within business analysis. It's all about analysis. What are we analyzing? We're analyzing requirements, we're analyzing information. We see we go out to capture data. There are so many complex data, large amount of data that just conventional business analysts might struggle to analyze, and they leverage the expertise of a data analyst to analyze that help them to take decision. And you can see here, say responsibilities, analyze and interpret complex data sets. Come to complex data sets, you are working on big project. For instance, here you are a business analyst in NHS. NHS is what we call General Hospital in UK. And we have patient data. It runs in millions. You know, these are large data. And the complexity is that it comes with a lot of column, blood, this, sample, this, word. So at times a business analyst might be a bit overwhelmed to analyze that complex data. You work together with data analysts. So data analyst comes handy there to help to analyze this complex data and help to interpret complex data. And with conventional business analyst, you will leverage on data analyst expertise in this area to be able to take decision and work on your project. So business data analysis equally create a report, visualization to support decision making. Collaborate with business analysts. You see here I say collaborate with business analysts to incorporate data-driven insights into requirements. And most cases you see that business analysts, some of the softwares they design or they work on, they will want to have a reporting dashboard. So in this case, most of the time they work with data analysts or even data engineers to configure some of these dashboards in order to get some data, maybe integrating a software or your product with Power BI. This is where data analysts and data engineers come handy, working together with business analysts. In this case, you see organization, they are looking for a business analyst. They said data business analyst. Data business analyst. You know, so and again, if you are very good in data analysis and you are good in business analysis, you become what we call business intelligence analyst. Okay. You equally ensure data quality as a data analyst and data integrity. It contributes to data-related strategies and policies within the organization. So that is you as a data analyst. working within business analysis. There are so many other roles in data analysis that can equally come into work in business, and like data governance officers. I've worked in a project where I implemented a data protection and regulation strategy and document for an organization, and I'm a business analyst. So you see, I have to work with some of the data governance and protection officers. In some cases where there is no, it's your duty to plan as a business analyst to create some of these offices, like data protection offices. Then we have business analysts through technical business analyst. Okay, that's where some people might get confused. What is business analyst? What is business technical? We have two types of business analysts. We have conventional business analysts, that you are just business analysts. You analyze requirement, capture requirement from stakeholders, analyze it, and then transform it into technical requirements. In very large corporation or organization, you as a business analyst, that is your role. You just gather requirements, analyze, document, transform that business requirement into technical requirements. And that's where your duty ends. You produce business case, your duty ends there. Then another business analyst called technical business analyst take it up from there. And he started, that's where product backlog are technical requirements, start developing technical requirements. Some of them are chunky, you start breaking them down into smaller requirements called user stories and acceptance criteria, making them ready for implementation. So that is we call it solution design. You start designing whichever solution that has been agreed to design to solve a problem. You start designing them, call it solution design. It's the duty of the technical business analyst. Some people call it solution architect. If you go to Amazon, like Amazon Web Services, you see there's a role called the language they use there is solution architect. So some people call it solution architect. Some call it technical business analyst. Some call it software engineer. So these are some of those businesses that are very, very techy. That's called technical business analyst. So, but we are everything, because we start a project we initiate the project by being part of the first part of the project, which we call the initiate stage, where you gather requirements, understand business need. After understanding business need, by capturing requirements, you analyze the business, the requirements you gathered, and you draft a business case. After drafting a business case, you start converting those requirements into technical requirements, breaking them down into user stories and acceptance criteria. We do all those things. That is end-to-end project management. Follow the full project life cycle as a project manager, as a business analyst. And after the planning stage, where you create product backlog, which is epic, feature, user stories, and acceptance criteria, you start breaking them down further, making it more visible by creating use cases and use case diagram. In some cases, if need be, you create mock-up. Mock-up is a visualization of how the software is going to be. Or you can equally create wireframes, and you create test cases. These are part of the design We call it solution design. And not only that, when it becomes the time for execution or implementation, you are going to be there with the developers, assisting them implementing. And when they finish implementing or building, you test. And after testing, you help to close the project by meeting the sponsor, getting formal acceptance form, signifying the closure of the project. You see, you as a business analyst, you're running it from the beginning to the end to end. So you see, then you work as a business analyst and a technical business analyst. So technical business analysts analyze and design information system to meet business requirement. Like I said, solution design. You see, design. Collaborate with business analysts. You see, collaborate with business analysts. You are a technical analyst, but now we call it this. When you say business, I mean conventional business analyst. When we are talking about technical business analyst, we have to add technical to differentiate it from normal business analyst. So you see here, collaborate with business analysts to translate business need into technical solution. Ensure that system requirements align with organizational goal, and provide technical expertise during system development. That's when you work with the developers, assist them, that technical expertise and implementation. That is what you do. And that brings us to quality assurance or tester. When we are working in large corporation, there is a dedicated, we've spoken so much about this role called quality assurance analyst or tester. Tester is just a nickname of quality assurance. So this person carries quality assurance audit, making sure there is compliance, making sure that there is acceptance criteria and there is standard. Every piece of code developed must meet the standard stated before the project starts. You have to test every code developed by the developers. And that's where you start making use of the test cases you've created during the planning stage. In most cases, you find out that the business analyst does this as well in maybe smaller organizations that do not have a lot of money to hire different roles. Business analyst, you wear a very big coat that is very, very, what you do is a lot as a business analyst. But when they're breaking it down in larger corporations like Google, Amazon, if you're working with corporations like Amazon, Google, Facebook, and the rest of them, there you see a lot of them here just answering quality assurance. And that's it. So quality assurance, they develop and execute text plan and to ensure the quality of software solution. Collaborate with business analysts to define acceptance criteria, report and track defects and issues, contribute to the continuous improvement of development process, ensure that deliverable meet quality standard and user expectation, just like I've explained. Then we'll have domain experts. Domain experts. As you now, all of you are now aspiring to become business analysts. But when you become business analysts, you find out that it does not end there. I'll give you a scenario. When so many of you want to study medicine in the university, everyone's applying to become a medical doctor. I want to become a medical doctor, and you got accepted as a medical doctor. But during your training or during your practice as a medical doctor, you see, you start diversifying. Some people started taking the part of a pediatrician. Some people started, becoming a neurosurgeon, some becoming, they start shifting bases, some becoming gynecologists, and the rest of them, they are all medical doctors. But some people started specializing. That is what we call subject matter expert or domain expert. Just like you're a business analyst, as all of you are coming in now, some of you will start enjoying some domain. You try to understand your strengths. Some of you you want to become a savvy in integration. When it comes to integration, that's what you want to be. And you see so many work now, they're looking for somebody who is very good, who have managed integration work. Then some of you will want to, become a subject matter expert in migration, data migration. These are domain experts. Some of you might, when it comes to enterprise application, you want to become a master in one enterprise application. Some of you will want to specialize in Dynamics 365 ecosystem. Some people might want to go and specialize in SAP ecosystem. Some people will want to go and specialize in Salesforce application. And some people will go in area like Amazon Web Services. Some people will go and master everything within the cyber security. Some people will go and master NHS. These are different domain industry. So that's why you become subject matter expert. Is either in application, is either in industry, or is either in some people will go to cloud computing. There's somebody who, let me talk about this cloud computing. Some people misunderstand cloud computing, and I'm very happy that Equidem handle this cloud computing. As a project manager, you can work in cloud computing. As a business analyst, you can work in cloud computing. And what they are teaching you people in cloud computing is more like a bit of developer work in cloud computing. But cloud computing is just an environment. There's a lot of projects going on there. Who handle all those projects? Project managers. So for some of you who have already done cloud computing and doing project management, then this is opportunity for you to become a project manager in cloud computing. So you manage most of the project. If you see an organization who are trying to migrate their project or their application from on-premise server to the cloud, then you have opportunity there. Or if they are looking to migrate somebody, they need to understand technical requirement need to be business to technical requirement need to be captured and translated. You as a business analyst, if you have any experience in cloud computing before, this will be advantage for you if you have handled any project in cloud computing. Cloud computing is just hosting a project or building a project on the cloud. Most of the time, most of the projects we are using today are not built on the cloud. They are built on the server, dedicated servers. But now, they are now migrating most of them in the cloud, where like Amazon Web Services, we have Google platform. These are various cloud computing. We equally have Alibaba. So many of them now cloud computing or cloud server. So that is it. So as a subject matter expert, these are environments you can master and become a business analyst as you are growing. So this is it. Like those, why I try to take my students through Microsoft ecosystem is because Microsoft ecosystem is highly in demand. Most of the companies, both small, medium, and large corporation, they are using Microsoft application ecosystem. That's what they are using. And the easiest way for you to become this consultant, become this business analyst you have been yearning for, is to take this through the route. You become a business analyst and you already measured in some area. You know, I know so many boot camp. You go to the boot camp, they will just take you through how to build a website. They are just killing your career, just deceiving you. You know, I have to be honest with you, because I don't see how a company is going to hire you because you are a business analyst, you know how to build a website. Just a normal website. How many companies are just building websites? How many of them? That you are a business analyst, you develop a mobile application, good. But how many companies are developing mobile application? That is what you are going to. But companies are using solutions. This is what they need every day to do their work. They need CRM system to do their work on daily basis. They need ERP solution to do their work on daily basis. There are basic things companies have, basic resources. You know what is bothering companies, organizations, even churches? There are few things I want to list that is bothering them. Number one is their money. Even churches, money is important. Finances is important. That is number one. And where does that come in? Enterprise resource. That is enterprise. That is one of their key assets, resources. How do they manage it? That's how it comes in. Okay, let me show you this. These are what we are doing for Nearest boot camp. You know, this is where we're implementing Dynamics 365 Business Central, it's ERP. So we're already doing the customization. That is where we are. So this is it. See Dynamics 365 Business. This is ERP. This is this ERP. They manages a lot of things for company. For company who doesn't want to spend money in CRM, and this is for like small companies, small and medium companies. It's one for all, and it's very popular. You see here, finance, our money. Everybody's important, and sales, where this money is coming from. That is customer. You see customers. These are two things companies do not play. And then this is purchasing, vendor, who is supplying us our products. Because what does company do? They get supply. Some of them getting supply from China, supply from UK, supply from America. Wherever you are getting your supply, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, it's supply. You need to pay for it. These are what companies are interested. And then, after buying this product from China, you sell. That is customer. These customers. Who are these customers? And then, when the customers are paying, you know, finance. That is. These are what companies are looking for. They are not looking for how to build just I'm not saying that knowing how to build a website is not good. It's good, but I want to tell you that it's more profitable to master enterprise application than just knowing how to build a website. So, and that's why we are taking you to, if you are not learning how to become a functional consultant, this will take you to this again. Let me show you this again. This is what I told them. For those who want to become a domain expert in Dynamics 365 Business Central, this is Microsoft. Microsoft Core Business and Functional Consultant, this functional consultancy. And this is the fee for this. And the money here is, if you want to pursue it, this is the money. $165 is a chicken fee compared to the benefit. So, and these are where you become consultant, and that's when you start, all these big players like PwC, KPMG, Deloitte, Accenture, they will start following you up and down. When they start seeing this on your CV, they will start calling you, negotiating with you. And so that is subject matter expert. So their responsibility is to provide in-depth knowledge of a specific business domain. Like if there's an enterprise application and you are now a functional consultant, before you become a functional consultant, for instance, in this business center, you must know a lot about this business center that you don't need to visit their website. Just like I'm talking now, you should be able to talk for 1 hour about Dynamics 365 without looking at any notes or any book, because you are a consultant. Assist business analysts in understanding complex business processes. At this time, when you are becoming a subject matter expert, you are already a senior business analyst, because you have grown, you have started specializing. Just like in medical doctors, you see them as they are growing, you see them, they're going for more courses to become consultant. Just graduating from the medical college do not make you a consultant. So many of you can agree to me. You don't make you a consultant. I know when so many of them go for their consultancy courses and they become a consultant. They have been a medical doctor, but they go for neurosurgery consultancy, or they go for pediatrician or gynecology consultancy, and they become consultants. And so many other young doctors will seek expert knowledge from them. That's the way it happened in what a business analysis. Just like I tell you from the onset that business analyst is a business doctor, just like medical doctor is a human doctor. So they collaborate with stakeholders to ensure business requirements alignment within industrial standard and regulation, and advise the best practice and potential challenge, advise on best practice and potential challenges within the domain. And that is it about subject matter experts. So we have change managers. Most of the things we business analysts, we bring change to an organization. While solving a problem, we bring a change about a change. A problem, for you to solve a problem, you can't remain where you are. Solving a problem means you must either move from one location to another location, or you must remove the clothes you are wearing and wear another clothes, or you must remove the roof and put another. You must do something different from what is happening to bring about a change. And so many people do not like that change. Why do they not like that change? They have been in this area for 20 years. Some have been there even before you were born. And you, small boy, you come and disrupt everything they are doing, and they are not going to take it from you. Change is disruption. And people do not like disruption. But disruption brings improvement. It brings innovation. Doing things differently. Moving people out of their comfort zone, their safe haven. At times people will start suffering and they become comfortable with their suffering. Even if you want them to, they say, no. I know so many people will tell them, come and travel abroad. No, I'm not going abroad, though. I will die in this Niger. Nothing will happen. You know, I've seen so many people like that. It's not like they are doing very fantastic in Nigeria, but they become very comfortable where they are. They don't even want to get a place. Some will even tell you that I don't even want to travel to Lagos. You know, we'll make it here. Because they have been so comfortable within their zone. You see some of them, they've been riding, let's say, I'm not trying to say that people riding Okada, I know so many graduates riding Okada in their village, and they become so comfortable, and they even start marrying, and they are comfortable. Yeah, they are comfortable. But some of us know that with their potential, they can do better in the city. And when you want to tell them it's better, they say, no, we're comfortable here. That's comfort zone. And for you to convince that person, maybe it's your brother. You've been in the city, all of you want to bring, I say, no, I'm not going anywhere. You people go to the city, we will look after the village for you people. If you go, Bodo, you go, make the money, now we go there here, they control them. They make sure, say, everything is, they work for you. That is, they are comfortable in their zone. So, that is, to bring about a change is not easy. And that's why we have dedicated people called change managers to manage change. Organizations do not want to play around with when they want to bring innovation. They want to make sure that people are happy with innovation coming. Because most people try to fight innovation because they do not understand it. Even today, I had a class here in UK. You know, so many of them they threw so many questions about AI. You know, AI, because a lot of people are not comfortable with this AI. People are scared AI will take their job. People are scared AI will do the people AI will do the AI. And AI, if you don't know how to use AI will take your job. If you don't know how to use it, it will take your job. So you must have to embrace it so that you welcome it and it will help you to, instead of taking your job, it will help you to do your job. All these various automation going on here and there is artificial intelligence. And they are more intelligent than us in a short term. They think faster than you in a short term. But we think out of box. That is where we are beating them. Because AI cannot think out of box. You as a human, you can think out of box. But AI, they are within that geography they are trained to work on. But you as a human being, you do not have any geography training. Your mind can turn around and do something you never know that you can do. So, responsibilities of change managers: plan and implement strategy to manage organizational change. Collaborate with business analysts to assist the impact of changes on stakeholders. Develop communication and training plan to support change initiative. Monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of change management activities. So that's what the change managers does. But just like I say, in small and medium organizations who could not afford the luxury of hiring different professionals, you business analysts, you are going to wear these clothes of change manager. You are going to be the one responsible for planning and implementing the change strategies. You are going to be the one to collaborate and with stakeholders. You are going to be the one to develop communication and training plan to support the change initiative. You are going to be the one to monitor and evaluate, you business analysts, if there is no change manager. So put it at the back of your mind that as a business analyst, you are still a change manager. Not only you are a SME as a business analyst, you are a quality assurance, you are a change manager. Everything is about you. Even this UX analyst, user experience. You as a business, you do everything if there are none. That's why as a business analyst, your role is so diverse. So this brings us to UX analyst, user experience. Today, we have so many businesses in the form of application. Every business now, the richest business in the world is in the mobile app. All the richest business in the world today, they have been captured in an application. And when customers struggle to use their own business environment, they abandon you and they will jump to the next, because there are so many of them there clamoring, calling them to come and join them. For instance, now we have social media. We have so many social media applications. We have X, which is former Twitter. We have Facebook. We have WhatsApp. We have Instagram. We have a Thread. We have a TikTok. Then you see them competing. So if you do not want to make your own user friendly, those who want to make their own friendly, they are there. If you have e-commerce application and people are struggling to make payments, I want to buy product, I want to make payment, and I can't, I will quickly jump to the next. There are so many of them. If I try to buy something in Amazon and all the time, I will go to eBay and buy the same product there. So let's bring us to user experience. Just like Dynamics 365, they try to make the application very simple, very easy. For instance, this particular application, this, you see, very easy to use and very easy to implement, and it's very powerful. But if you want to use another application of this, such as SAP ERPs, is going to be very difficult. At times you find it difficult to implement it. You find it difficult to use it. So you need to train users and retrain them on how to use this. At the end of the day, they produce or they provide the same information, the same services. So whichever one that is easier for implementation, easier for use, support, and a lot, customers, organization will tend to adopt it. This is very, very popular because it's very easy to understand compared to others. And it's from a giant like Microsoft. So companies spend a lot of money on making sure that they optimize user experience. User experience is how do you struggle to use application and solution. So the responsibilities of UX analysts is focus on optimizing user experience and interface of software solution, collaborating with business analysts to understand user need and requirement, design and prototype user interface, conduct usability testing and gather user feedback, ensure that user-centric design principles are integrated into the development process. It's all about making it easy for use. So these are the major roles being captured here within business analysis. These roles often work together with one another, and the collaboration among them is crucial for the success of business analysis efforts within an organization. The specific roles present in a given project organization may vary based on the size, structure, and nature of the business, which, like I've captured it already, that all these roles, you see them based on the size of organization or structure of the project or the nature of business or environment. Like I already said that in small projects, so many of these roles, you are not going to see them anywhere because companies do not have money to spend on them. You will see a situation, they will hire you as a business analyst, and they will tell you to do the work of a project manager. They will tell you to do all this. I listed 10 roles here. You as a business analyst, you are going to do everything here. All these 10 roles, you cover them as a business analyst. You know, if you are working with a small organization. But in a way, it's good if you find yourself in a situation like that, because very soon you become very, very powerful, and you can see yourself mingling from one, because you have it all and you have developed yourself beyond measure. Like some people who might just go to Microsoft, got a job in Microsoft as a change manager, and spend 10 years, 20 years in Microsoft as a change manager. Good and fine. You find out such people, they can't do anything outside that change management. And once they get out of that environment, they'll start struggling. You find out they have been a business analyst for years, but any small shaking, they'll start panicking because they might not be able to survive. So, but if you see yourself, then you'll be like, you see Cristiano Ronaldo, I'll use Cristiano Ronaldo. He played in so many clubs, so many countries, so many environments, and that's why he's very, very, and everywhere he go, you see he perform, everywhere he perform. But you see some people like Messi, who only plays within one club since he become and try to retire in one club. He'll struggle. If he come to UK, he's going to struggle. He's very good, but some people who plays around different might survive. So the point I'm making, if you have been playing as a business analyst, both product owner, project manager, you see yourself, you find yourself in Africa, you perform, you score goals. If you find yourself in Germany, you score 2 goals. In America, you score hat tricks. And that is it. So I think I'm done with you on this presentation, so that if you have any bullets to fire, and fire bullets, and that's it. So, question time. As you're asking question, I want people, the ushers, to move around with the offering basket, so that as you're answering question, you'll be given offering. We now have a ministry here, Abi.
I'm the usher. Please.
Huh? You want?
Yes.
Who want to be the usher?
Yes, I'm the usher, sir.
Oh, okay,
Me, sir.
Mustafa want to be the usher.
Assistant usher.
Okay. Make sure you get authorization. You have a project charter that makes you the usher. Okay.
All right, sir. 2 seconds, you see.
Okay, no wahala. So, Austin Auchie.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, Mr. Charles.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, I'm happy you are talking about ministry and offering because
Don't worry,
my
we know you are here. We are going to pay tithes.
yes, my question is somehow related to the reason why I registered for all these courses. So you talked about business expert and you talked about how it concerns church finance. But my interest is that I discovered I've been a missionary for 5 years, going from African country to one another, and I discovered that the greatest evil in Africa is poverty.
Mm.
You see, there is no evil. It is a resident evil, an existential one. Those in Nigeria don't know what they are crying. I'm not saying the situation is fine, but it's because we are being used to easy life. Then if you come to Mali, to Niger, to other neighboring countries in the Sahel, then you see what poverty means. So I'm asking, as a business analyst, how can it help to develop, to lift people out of poverty? Because it's not all about preaching salvation while people are dying. And when I talk about poverty in Africa, it is not only material poverty, it is also that there are people that you even give money, they don't know what to do with it. Like in Niger here, NGOs spend billions of dollars, but you don't see the fruit because even the people that are beneficiary don't know what to do with that money because they are suffering from poverty of mindset. So I'm asking, how, if I decide as a business analyst, how can I leverage on all these things you are teaching us now to create, let me say, a way to lift people out of poverty, to open their eyes. You know, in Luke chapter 4:16, Jesus said that the Spirit of God has been given to me to bring justice to the poor, to liberate the imprisoned, and so on and so forth. So I'm looking at how a business analyst can use that to influence evangelization and to affect, to put value to his pastoral work. So that's my question. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Sorry, using Mr. Reverend Austin. You see, I'm happy to see people like you in my class because you see, men of God have very powerful influence on the people, and they have more power to change our society more than even the politicians. And so many of you are not taking advantage of that. Some of you will use that to their disadvantage by exploiting them. But if we are seeing like some people who want to take that advantage to develop them and help them, I'm excited. Because you see a very wretched woman in the village with one goat or even one fowl, nothing to eat, is ready to take that fowl and go and give a man of God. And so many cases, that man of God will collect that, add onto the one they have, and they know that that woman is suffering, and they will not do anything. So the point I'm making is that when I see people in the ministry who are really to help the society, I feel so excited. When I came to this country newly, there is this Reverend Father called, I'm a Catholic, this Reverend Father called Father Young. And my first month, I went to Father Young to give a tithe. And then Father Young told me, Charles, but I know you are a student. I say, yes, but I'm working now. At least I'm earning money and I have to, show appreciation and pay tithe to God. He said, Charles, that is wrong. I said, how? He says wrong because you are a student. And I know that international students in this country have limited hours. That money you are earning is not even enough to take care of you. And because of that, I'm not taking it from you. And who tell you that giving tithe is by force? He say, I'm not giving it, I'm not taking it from you. You keep it. And he went in and get so many clothes. Warm clothes, very beautiful. So many of them are new. And take me to take it, I have to be covering myself in cold. That is very cold in this country. And he even gave me some money. And that if I'm in need, I should not hesitate to come and ask. He said, you know that as a man of God, you see, he pointed to his house. I'm not paying for that house. The church is paying for that house. And he said, he told me again that this thing I'm seeing him doing every Sunday, that he earns salary from the government as a minister in the UK. The government pays him. And from there, he pays his tax as well. And he said, I don't need all these things. And what he's using is a bicycle. He rides bicycle. You see, most of the time, the two stations from, at times he goes to Ilford. We live in Barking. Going to Ilford to perform some masses, he will be using his bicycle to do that. I say he will be using it because it helps him, exercise as well. And he's doing his job and he's happy. And that is what happened. So, the point I'm making is that if you really want to use business analysis as a domain or as a subject or as a technique to lift poverty out of Africa, is very easy because people are going to listen to you. It's going to work like magic. All you need to do is identify area where you can do that. If people are not educated in the environment where you live, you have to introduce education. That is number one, educating them. You see what some of us are doing here? Do you know how many people that has been working from Nigeria making a living, earning from abroad? People do not know about that. Like 5, 10 years ago, some people who found out kept it secret to themselves and be making money, working remotely. But the need is so much, so you don't even need to hide it because nobody is going to take what belongs to you. And that is what we are promoting. You see me as the one I'm promoting it. The cost of what I'm doing, giving out, this is a consultancy course. And you see me taking you to Dynamics 365, this consultancy, because if it's not a consultancy course, I shouldn't be taking you to go and do a functional consultancy course. And the functional consultants, you see so many companies like Total, Shell, they send their employees overseas for courses. Some of these courses they are sending them overseas is to go and do Scrum Master, is to go and do Dynamics 365, to learn how to use Dynamics 365. They will go and learn. They pay millions just to come and do Scrum Master. And I'm making it so common, I'm commonizing it in Africa. So that a lot of people will learn it and use it to earn a living. And it's not the cost. So many Nigerians who are here in my class, they are paying 2,000. And I'm only teaching them business analysis. But I'm teaching project management and business analysis in Nigeria for 50,000. So if you want to do that and help people, that is going to work like magic. Education is number one. Try to educate their mind. And they should be able to once they're educated, they should be able to discover opportunities. So many of them, with the little internet connectivity they have, they should be able to there are so many grants, scholarship, personalized for countries like that, but they don't even know about it. There's countries with extreme poverty. When I was in the University of Westminster, so many of my friends are on full sponsored scholarship. But so many of us from Nigeria, if you apply, we are not going to get it because they know that Nigeria is a very rich country from here. But so many countries like Niger, Chad, Sudan, so many of them on scholarship in the University of Westminster. These opportunities, people like in Niger, they do not even know that there's such opportunities because they don't have internet. Even the internet they have, they don't know how to. So these are ways. Find a gap and bridge this gap. These are little by little exposure to information. When they get exposed to information, what I'm saying is one that you can easily do without even, it's not capital intensive. You can use small data and be teaching the use. So find where the use, even if it's agriculture, find what that country is good in that can be exported outside and train people on how to produce that and create a link how that can be exported so easily. These are various gaps. There are so many gaps. Once they know you are doing that, you see the community leaders, everybody will start supporting you because they know you are a man of God, that you are not a fraud. So if somebody like me just come to Niger now and start telling them, they will say, who is this guy? Where is he coming from, self? It's like he want to come and maybe this man have seen one oil mineral deposit he's targeting. But somebody like you now coming to tell them, they know you are a man of God, they know your history, they know you are not interested in that. And that is the problem so many of them are using against us here, because everything men of God say in Africa, we don't even, you see people, some women, they will argue with their husband. Everything their husband say, they will challenge their husband. But when God says something, they will say amen. Whether they like it or not, to show you that men of God have even more power over our household than we that claim that they are the man of this house. So if you can take that advantage and apply it to lift us, our brothers from out of poverty, it's something you can do. And if you need my expert consultation, you let me know. So that's what I say for now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Stanley Phillips.
Good evening, Mr. Charles.
Good evening.
I'm having a very big problem. The problem is really eating me very deep. It's really eating deep inside me, and I don't know what to do about it. I figure out that our recorded classes have not been updated on the portals, and I have 3 hours every afternoon now to cover up where I'm lagging behind. I don't know. This is affecting me so much because I'm the type of person that wants to grasp things. Once I'm through with this course, I will grab it, just like when I'm speaking other languages. So I always grab things so that once I'm through with it, I'm through with it. Anytime you call me, I will give it back to you. Any aspect I can make research without looking into my notes to find it where it's
Please
stored.
go straight to the point.
What I want is the courses to be updated on the portals. It's
Okay,
affecting me.
I've told you before that I've hired people to work on this. Even today, I told that I've interfaced with them, they are doing their job, and you should allow them to do their job. You know? So allow them to do their job. We are working on doing that. I have so many classes, and I can't be jumping and doing everything alone. So you have to calm down. Let them master it and do their job. There's nothing I can do about that.
Okay.
So Mustafa,
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Sir, I have a question, but then again, I just wanted to chip in a little thing concerning the question, the issue Mr. Augustine brought up. Sir, I wanted to say, you talked about educating the younger generation. Now, for me, I feel like one of the issue we have regarding the vices we experience in our day to day, in our environment and all. I think the first function is character, sir. One of the things I feel we need to reorientate ourselves and the younger generation about is character. In the next 100 years, most of us are not going to be around anymore. But then we are gradually losing our culture and values. We should cultivate that habit of, find a way to revive character in the younger generations, because we might have policies. There might be people who wants to bring up ideas, who has ideas that they want to implement, and then again, bad governance will keep on bringing it down. And that is a function of character, because I'm very certain every human knows what is wrong from what is right. So there is a need for us to cater to the need of building characters in younger generations. So my question is, you mentioned a list of 10 roles in business analysis. So I just wanted to ask, could there be a possibility that in a project, maybe a business analyst is given a task to do? Is there a chance that all those 10 roles would play a part in ensuring that that project is realized? Thank you, sir.
yes, all the rules are listed. There is a possibility that eight of those rules will appear. Like some of them that might not be so prominent. Let me say, UX UI designer, because in some cases you find out that you are not working in a software. The project you are working does not involve software development, or application. You might not need that UX UI designer. Some role is like data analyst. You might be working in a project. So many projects you are going to be working on might not need complex data analysis. It's just simple information you need to analyze and model. You see? So, and in most cases, you need to work with a senior business analyst that has to be looking at your job if you are not a senior business analyst. So these are only few of them. Some of them, like change, you might not need complex change management. So these are a few, but most of them, we are going to need all these roles here because they are very, very important. They are very, very interwoven. As a matter of fact, they are business analyst roles. If there is no other person to do it, it's left for you to do it. So you have to find a way to learn how to do them. All these roles, they are important as a business analyst. But what we are going to do here is going to cover everything about that role 90%. So that you cannot say you are going to struggle, because you should, while you are working here, you are going to get a user, generate a product backlog. You are going to, which is the conventionally the work of a product owner. But here we are going to be asked as a business analyst to develop, create a user stories and acceptance criteria, create test cases, test plan, conduct test, which is work of QA, quality assurance. And so you find out most of the things listed here, as we are going to work on a project end to end on implementation of an enterprise resource solution, you find out that you have covered everything here. And there's no way you can struggle using all the techniques and the templates we are going to, because everything we use here is some of the things I use as a senior business analyst and project manager.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. So, all right, I can see we don't have any more question, and yeah. So if you have issue, can always reach out to me. And the issue of our course materials, I'm not going back on that because I don't plan for everything in this business school to rest on me. So it's either you calm down or you leave it, because we are scaling. Where we are trying to assign other responsibilities to other people, yes, they are going to struggle at the beginning, but that is what it's supposed to be. You need to train people. You need to assign responsibility. That is what called delegation of duty. If there should be an excellence, there should be a delegation of duty. But everything revolving around your table, one day you are sick, the whole business will collapse because there's no one to do that. But when is other people trying to assist, understand what you are doing? I'm not a selfish person with my knowledge, and that's why I'm trying to distribute it. You know, you find that most of the things you guys are paying here is what I will be using to pay salaries over time, not even for me. You find that. But the main thing is that we are building an institution that can bring that change we are yearning for. It's not about, I'm not a flamboyant person. I don't live flamboyant life, and that is how I grew up. So it's not about me, it's about us building a system, because as it is now, everybody is suffering it. Even so many of us that are here in UK. As a matter of fact, some of us here receive more heat than some of you in Nigeria. Because every of your relations that are not here, they want you to bring something to them. Every project, you want you to undertake that project. Everything is on your neck. So, and you think you guys, maybe in Nigeria, we here, it's not easy. And if we don't plan, if all of us don't work together to solve problems, then all of us are going to suffer it. Because it's not a child's play for a country's currency to depreciate all of a sudden from 500 to 2,000. It's not a child's play. For some of us who are into economics, if we know that, that doesn't mean the country is planning to disappear. It's trying to submerge. If it's, let's say, a rock, for those who are into geography, a rock is shifted by 100% from its original position. What is planning to happen? Let's know. I want answers. When a rock, that is, Nigerian economy has depreciated by almost 400%. If a rock in its original position depreciated within a few periods, depreciated by make a movement from its original position, what it means is earthquake. And it's not even an ordinary earthquake. Earthquake that will submerge and turn everybody in that country is going to die. So that is the situation we are facing at the moment. For those who understand, for those who, if you don't want to understand, leave it. If you want to understand, it's up to you. But it's not easy. So everybody should be looking at it. And it's not about prayers. It's about effort. I'm doing my own. Every other person should do their own. And whichever way you can contribute, you have to contribute. You know? So that is it. So like Mr. Reverend Austin said, yeah, if you need my support, let me know. All right. I think I've spoken with you, Reverend Austin. You are still raising your hand.
No, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot
All
to put
right.
it down.
Thank you, everyone. And sorry for some of us who are not Nigerians. I know we have a lot of Cameroonians, other countries here. Just because we have so many Nigerians here and we come here like it becomes a Nigerian affair. So, if you are in Cameroon or other country and you have anything bothering you in your country at times and you want us to talk about it, you can bring it up. We can provide solution because we are one. Or even if you are not here, you are a Canadian, you are American, anything we can do, address an issue where you live or where at least with short period of time we do interaction, we can chip out something for everybody. So, because I don't want it to be like this is a committee of Nigerian women. All right. So, have a lovely weekend, and hopefully we are going to meet next week. So,
Thank you very much.
yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Thank you. So, Stanley, I'll
I'm
try
here.
to end your sleepless nights. Don't worry.
I'm having a really big nightmare, a serious nightmare.
Don't worry.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, Mr. Charles.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Charles.
Good night, sir.
Yeah.
Night, sir.